Today is January the 15th, 2010, and I'm James. I want to touch on another subject today about grandparents and visitation with their grandchildren. I've been a parent for 26 years, been married for 28 years, and I had a grandson that was born. His birthday's in a couple of days, and I think I've seen him maybe twice in 3 years. When he was born, my son, who's the father of the child, lived with the mother for a short time, and they separated. And I asked to have visits with my grandson over and over again with the mother, and she refused. She told me that she's going to make all the decisions about who gets to see this little guy. And I got to see him a little bit, and for about a year, and then it all stopped. And it's quite a scene, you know. It's I tried to challenge her in court, and I ended up going to court with having to deal with a lawyer who was very convincing to the judge. And I tried over and over. I think I must have been in court about 10 times to try and get visitation with my grandson from my wife and I. And some of the things that they were saying is that we could have visitation, but the other grandparents of the child had to monitor us while we were visiting with our grandson. I haven't even been with him for 5 minutes on my own, and I don't believe that my son has had that type of access either. It's really unfortunate that even if couples have a baby and there's grandparents involved, that they don't get to see their grandchild. It's absolutely, it's not God's way. The only person that gets hurt here is the child, and also me. I don't have any criminal record, never done anything wrong. My son has been in a little bit of trouble, likes to have a beer with his buddies once in a while, so he has been accused of being an alcoholic drunk, and has been ordered by the judge to go to detox. He went to detox, done anger management, took parenting courses. He still doesn't get to see his son, my grandson. I don't get to see him either. Something's wrong with this, seriously wrong. And now I find myself in a position where, when I went to try and get visitation with my son, I was dealing with a lawyer here in Nanaimo, BC, Canada, and he done his work pretty good. He managed to convince the judge that I'm a terrible parent after raising 5 kids, and now there's something else happening where one of my other sons, I have 4 boys, one of them is being charged with impaired driving, causing bodily harm. He was not, when the police arrived at the scene of an accident back, it was in September of 2008, my son was nowhere near the accident scene and is now being charged with impaired driving. So what I had decided to do was I was going to defend him in court. So I went to Crown Counsel here in Nanaimo, BC, Canada, to indicate to them that I will be representing my son in court against these charges. And another interesting thing is the son that's being charged with impaired driving causing bodily harm, the bodily harm part of it is something that Crown Counsel is saying that happened to his other brother, the same one that doesn't get to see his child. So the story gets a little bit more complicated as we go along here. So what they're trying to do is, Crown Counsel, the RCMP, are trying to use my son, who's being charged with impaired driving causing bodily harm. The bodily harm part is they're using his older brother as a witness to testify against the younger one to have him convicted. And that's why I have decided that I want to go to court and defend them, both of them actually. The oldest boy doesn't want to be a witness against his brother and have him convicted and put in jail because he was not at the accident scene when the RCMP arrived. But this is where this gets interesting. Yesterday, which was January the 14th, I got a call from Crown Counsel, and they told me that I'm not allowed to defend my son in court unless I go to the Law Society and have a discussion with them first. And I told them that it's not what I will be doing. I will be going into court, and I will be going before a judge, and I will defend my son in court. But here's the thing. Back when I was trying to see my grandson, and I was dealing with a lawyer, and that lawyer has stopped me from seeing my grandson and has a hate-on for our family. That lawyer is now Crown Counsel, the same guy that phoned me yesterday. As soon as he said his name, I picked up on it immediately, and I thought, oh my God, here we go again. So life is strange. It's you go from a lawyer to a Crown Counsel, and if you've got somebody that you've had a hate on for 5 years, it just can make life so difficult for them. And it's not going to make it difficult for me. I'm going before a judge January 20th, and I'm going to defend my son in court. And it's a right. So they can't get, people can't get legal aid these days because it's so difficult. And it's only for criminal stuff, I suppose, or something that's extremely serious, like murder or something like that, you get legal aid. But it's very strange now that this lawyer who stopped me from seeing my grandson on a regular basis over the last 5 years is now Crown Counsel, and I gotta go deal with him all over again. But I'm tough. I got a strong mind, and I'm smart. And I'm going to go into court on January the 20th, and I'm going to defend my son in court. I'm Buskerjames. Have a good day.